Soon podcast with Spider.
And hello, everybody. Spider here once again, Coming Soon Podcast, San Antonio, Texas. Being joined, returning guests, of course, not everybody on here, but when it comes to the guys and gals from South Texas, Chris Ambris. I mean, we got Mario Aguilar, past guest on the show. We got Lauren, and we have Oscar Martinez. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Now, of course, man, I mean, I've already talked to you guys. I mean, when it comes to filmmaking, I mean, it was a couple of months back. I mean, I've been seeing you guys busy. And I think we got one more guest jumping on. There we go. And
there she is.
You know, the fact that you guys stay busy and keep making things happen, man. I mean, is it more of a, I mean, I don't want to say a hobby because obviously you guys love what you do, but I mean, is it more like you kind of have to keep doing this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've invested, we run it like a business too. So, I mean, there's quite a bit of investment in this project and we have a lot of people that have contributed it. So I feel like that puts a level of pressure on us to deliver what we're trying to do, especially with this film.
We got one more. There we go.
Josiane?
Hello.
And we were waiting for you. And we're live, by the way, guys. So, of course, like I mentioned, we are live on a few different outlets. But thank you, everybody, for joining. Now, Chris, I mean, I had asked you just now, man, when it comes to doing this. I mean, obviously, you do this full time. I want to say, right? I mean, when it comes to filming.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Like I said, and we were on such a tight schedule that we had to break the filming into phases, as Oscar can attest to get every bit of the production taken care of. And we've gotten to the first two phases, and then we're working to going into phase 3 of the production so we can go back, film some particular parts with Josiane and Peter Howard and Mario, and also pick up the things that we didn't get to do correctly on the first round.
No, and of course, I mean, when you do pick up shots like that, man, earlier we talked about this heat, man. We are in Texas. I mean, you guys are in South Texas, and it's like an oven. I mean, right now it feels like 100. I mean, tomorrow's supposed to be like 102. You know, this weekend's going to be hotter. But as a filmmaker or even actors and actresses, man, does everybody? I know you can't pick your days. I mean, that'd be great, right? You're like, oh, I'll film during the fall, you know. But when something like this happens, I mean, are you guys a go? I mean, is it just something that as an actor and actress, you guys just, I mean, definitely just jump on?
I would say that it's part of the job. I mean, there's never going to ever be a right time. It's just a time to do it, and we have to jump into it. It just makes things more interesting, and I'll use the word interesting for sure. But, you know, and everybody else has an experience too. I know Josiane definitely had to keep her performance level up in the incredible amount of heat. If Josiane wants to talk a little bit about that.
Filming in the heat.
Yeah.
Literally just staying hydrated throughout the process, and that's really it, just staying hydrated.
No, and of course, you see, and that's one of the things too, because I mean, when it comes to, I mean, I jump on projects myself, and like you said, I mean, it's not a matter of when's the perfect time, because if you have a large cast, for one thing, you have to schedule everybody, so you got to pick a date that everybody's available, and unfortunately, it's always Tuesday night, right? I don't know why, but you know,
totally.
You know, every time
even for Mario, we had talked a little bit about this too, but Mario had an added bonus with his performance too. Mario would also like to talk about being under a prosthetic makeup effects for his character.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't the only one. In fact, I got kind of lucky this time around where I didn't have to actually have true prosthetics on. It was makeup, it was latex, but it wasn't anything like Lauren or some of the others had to do. But it was not fun because you're still in the chair for about 2 hours and getting that put on, and then of course trying not to sweat through all of it, which didn't last very long because I sweat like a pig. But but it was, like I said, the experience is great. I'll do it over and over again just because I love to do it. But being on set with Chris and Oscar and Steve on point about getting sets done, and they're working on another set while we're filming another location. It's just amazing how everybody just came together and got things done. It was a tight 10 days, especially this last phase. But it was, I had a blast doing it. I'll do it again if they ask me to. which I'm sure he's gonna ask me to.
I was gonna say, I think that's the next question. Next question is gonna be, hey, are you ready? No, but I mean, but you know what? But I will say this though, man, because when it comes to, I mean, experience. I mean, I'm 51 years of age. I've worked as a mail carrier. I was a letter carrier here in San Antonio 15 years. I worked in the heat. I've been out there in the elements, and it's like when it comes to situation like this, I don't mind them. I mean, that's brutal, and I hate it. You know, but it's fun. Like you know, like Mario was saying, it's something that you enjoy. So of course, you know, you want to be out there, and you want to be able to perform, and kind of put that aside. You know, it's kind of hard, but I mean, the fact that you know you guys are doing it shows composure and professionalism, man. So good job.
And I think also what's interesting for me too, it kind of felt like we've made two separate movies in a way too, because Luna and Mario were in the first phase, and then Lauren and Josiane were in the second phase, and it was such a different process making both of those movies. And then Luna, in particular with Vivian, the younger version of Josiane, they'd spent a lot of time trapped in a closet. And I don't know, Luna, you have very vivid memories of working on those scenes.
Very vivid, extremely vivid. It was a very tight space, and it was us two. Vivian was absolutely amazing to work with. That little girl is so incredibly talented and so professional. Even though she would also get scared because she would see Peter and she would be like freaked out, but she was so professional. But yeah, that closet, and sometimes we were freezing and sometimes it was really, really hot. But it was a great time, honestly. Having 4 people in like this amount of space with a camera there, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very personal. We bonded a lot.
I was gonna say it makes you guys now want to be friends, right? You're like, hey,
You have to be really close to people.
Man, I will say this though. I mean, I'm claustrophobic. Like I if I'm in tight spaces, I mean, I start kind of freaking out, you know. So was anybody in that position when you guys were filming?
Not that I remember.
No.
Oscar?
Not that I remember.
No, see, like, it was kind of scary, but like because there's so many other people there, it's very, very comfortable, and everybody in the crew and the rest of the cast were so good about making sure that, especially Vivian being a child, was very comfortable. She was good. She wasn't actually scared. We were in the dark for a lot of it because the closet, there was like just like a tiny little bit of light coming in, and it makes this super stunning dramatic effect. It looks so, so good, but it was very dark. But honestly, I feel like even I am like a tiny, tiny little bit claustrophobic, but it adds to it. It helps you as an actor be like, okay, I'm actually in the space, even though there's a camera right here. I am still in a tight space. She's here crying with me, and it just brings you more into the scene, so you can actually portray it better.
No. I mean, I can definitely, agree with that. I mean, I myself, like, I'm not a professional photographer, but I got into covering combat sports for years. You know, I've been cage side for the UFC, Bellator, Strikeforce, big promotions, and it's like I always told people I'm real quiet. I'd rather be in the back, and the fact that I've been on TV like that, and everybody's like, "Oh man, how can you do that when you're in film and you don't like being seen, but yet you're on live TV, right?" But I always felt like I was hiding behind the camera. In other words, so is that something for you guys in front of the camera? It's like, okay, you know what? It's not even yourself. It's an actor's an actress to role.
For me, at least, I feel like once you're in the story and just like they say, action, it just goes away. I don't even think about a camera being there. I'm in the situation already. And usually prior to them even saying action, I'm already getting myself in the scene. So I'm already immersed in there. And then all I hear is the magic words of action. And then I start to say the dialogue or whatever the scene is calling for. It's actually really therapeutic, I feel.
No, and you see, and before we get into furthermore, as far as questions, I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, when it comes to experience, I mean, and we'll start with Lauren up there. Do you come from theater? I mean, do you come from being in school, doing plays, anything like that?
So for me, I actually have like a just straight theater background. This was actually my first film working on. and it was a phenomenal experience. Everybody's been talking about, but I have experience of just like as soon as you step on that stage, you're in character, you're not you anymore, that type of thing. And so it was very a similar transition to when like I heard action was like, okay, I'm Rachel now, I'm not Lauren anymore. But it's a little different because I felt like I got to be me a little bit more, if that makes sense, than I do like whenever I'm on stage.
No, definitely. I mean, the same thing. I mean, Oscar, yourself, man. I mean, what kind of experience do you have coming into filmmaking, jumping in films?
So me and Chris have been together for, I can't say since the 90s. So we've been doing these kind of films for long, long time. Professionally, I mean, I do have another job, but it does play a lot into business management and program and kind of running the way we kind of do things. And then along with the experience with Chris in high school, I did do theater somewhat, but which is what, I kind of met up with Chris and the rest of the group. And we have kind of a small group of friends that we've kind of known each other for over, I don't know, Chris, it's crazy. It's almost over 30 years now. So
I'm not counting, but it's over 30.
It's over 30. So, but yeah.
Cool, man. And
How about you,
Mario, I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry. Paul's down here. I was like,
oh, yes, sir. Oh, welcome, man. Of course, we added you on here, man. We'll go, Mario. We're gonna go to Paul real quick, man, because he was running late. So let's catch up a little bit.
All right.
But Paul, I mean, when it comes to film, I mean, what's your experience? What's your background?
Oh man, I was in Austin for about 12 years trying to do film. Landed, very very few things like big or anything like that, but taking a lot of classes, doing a lot. I love film. I love theater. Like doing theater, just it's so much work and it's so much like of a time commitment. So basically, all I can do is film. You know what I mean? Like, but I love it. I love just the intimacy of it and just being so up close that you can just really kind of like build off of each other's energy in a natural way.
Nice, man. Very well said, my man. And Mario, we're gonna go to you, sir. I mean, I know we've talked before. I mean, when it comes to experience, brother, tell us.
Did a movie with I did a bunch of short stuff before me and Chris got involved with our previous movie, Muerte Tales of Horror, where I played El Cucuy, and that was a lot of prosthetics and stuff. So did that with him, and then got into some other films locally here and some shorts. And me and Paul were in a short for the college for when they learned how to film and stuff. They had a project to do, and me and Paul weren't in the scene together, but we're in the same film, and got to meet him then anyway. And then brought him into this project. It was really good that I knew his strengths where I could see what he could do the job really well. And and then I also was doing theater. Laura and I were in the production at your local theater, and I'm now trying to get involved with the other side of it. I'm doing a stage managing position right now with the production they're doing right now, and hopefully next year I'll be able to direct something coming up. So that's my future in the next year, I guess.
No, not bad. And Luna, we're gonna go back to you, ma'am. I mean, when it comes to experience, I mean, filmmaking, and she's off. Let me see, she'll come right back real quick.
I think we spent a really good amount of time casting this film, and I think for me as a director and telling the story from the writing perspective, it is getting these people involved and just trusting their instincts as actors to tell the story and to bring the performances in. And I know for Lauren and Mario and Paul specifically too, they had to wear the prosthetics, the contact lenses, and it's not always easy. It can be very distracting and whatnot and everything, but just being able to rise to the occasion and to bring it there and just to capture those moments, that makes any director's job way more easier and way more concise.
No, for sure. And who had to wear the contact lenses?
All of them.
Oh, okay. I mean, have you guys worn contacts before? I'm just curious because.
So I wear contacts like on the daily, but those contacts were a beast. They weren't like They were crazy, I think, is the best way to describe them. They did not like my eyes, I think is another good way to put it.
Oh, okay.
They were so hard to put on, like every single time. And the fake blood that we used, I never realized, like, you know, it like apparently has like chocolate and vodka and all this other kind of stuff in it. It was like it didn't taste as bad as you think it would, but like immediate stomach ache. So that was hard for me. Like, I'm
so glad I didn't have to do that.
Not yet. We're still filming, right?
There's always a possibility.
Yeah. Chris is like, oh, okay. Let's add it in.
Right.
Like we just dump it on you like a sports game, just like a huge.
Oh
no! Water cooler.
There you go, man. And of course, I mean, when it comes to the characters, I mean, of course, everybody played their own character. I mean, was there any? Did anybody kind of relate to the character they played in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, I've never married somebody that's possessed or that's would not be able to relate to that. No, but in all seriousness, yes, there's so much. So I play Miranda, which is basically Samantha's mother in the past, and there is a lot. She had to make some very hard decisions because of the circumstances that life put her through. She was very alone. She ended up having a child. She was alone. She was broke. She had nothing. And she's trying to survive, right? Just life trying to survive. And it led her being married to somebody that wanted to do harm to them. But then at the end, her choosing good or trying to choose good as much as she could. I guess in that sense of like the battle between what life puts you through and you're trying to still be good and make the right decisions. I think I can relate to her. She's a very strong person, an extremely strong person. So, yeah.
Well, man, that's good to know. And of course, anybody else?
I mean, I did relate to Samantha on her, like, on the grief that she felt and the trauma coming into a place that she literally just blocked out of her brain and then started slowly remembering. And for me, I just really grew close to her in that way. And it really made like me and Samantha more connected in a way. So whenever we did get to the house and stuff like that, I kind of already felt what Samantha was feeling during that time. But yeah.
I think I didn't relate to my characters much. Like I enjoy playing him, but like very calm and collected, and he's like I don't believe all this stuff. But for me, like the second I saw any of that, I would have been screaming. I would have been like,
I gotta admit, Paul, you're creepy when you were. What happens to? I don't want to try to give too many spoilers there, but I've been reviewing your footage, and yeah, you're a menace.
I'm like, I love it.
And then Mario has the interesting character arc because he had to play a younger and an older version of himself too. But he has to be the kind of the hero of the story. He has to come in and save her both times.
Yeah, I'm Catholic, so I was an altar boy when I was younger. So been around some priests, and some priests are nicer than others, and I kind of took some of that. What I took in the older version of Father Gomez, took that away from some of the priests that I knew and kind of their demeanor, just to that stoic kind of stern kind of attitude. To kind of took that and used it to form this character. So I hope it came out as good as I hope it did, but we'll see soon, I guess.
Nice, man. And let me ask you, who did you prefer to play most? The older version or the younger version?
The younger version, because there's a lot less makeup. I still sweat it, but younger version was a lot easier to do. And I still got to do more of the older version. So I would say younger, but there is something to be said about having to move slower because you're older. There's a big 20-year jump in there. So you can see the difference from the younger to me. Well, the ages at the end here at this last part of the movie. Some of that's real, some of that's moving because I am 55 years old. So it's like I'm not moving like I was when I was 30, but It took a little bit to start learning how to walk with a little bit of a limp and, kind of, older. But it was fun. I liked it. So it was good.
Nice, man. And of course, Chris, I got to ask you, because when it comes to the characters, I mean, obviously, did you write any of them for anybody that's on here, or did everybody just fall in place? I mean, did you write the story and say, okay, you know what, this is perfect for?
I didn't know any of these people, well, except for Mario, because I had already worked with him in Muerte. But everybody else, we auditioned again. We spent a lot of time doing chemistry reads. It was really paramount for me to find the right people and to cast accordingly to it. And I felt that I didn't want to have that kind of notion of somebody playing a part. And I feel that kind of scales it a little bit too, or it might kind of make it a little different than I intended it. So I just knew, like, when I was seeing the heads together, and then when they started doing the chemistry reads, and we would meet and do the chemistry reads, I saw where the clicks were, and that's where I knew that would help us tremendously in front of the lens.
Okay, and by any chance, did anybody have to switch roles? Just curious. Oh, okay. I was just curious about that. I know I spoke to somebody a while back, and they were saying that they actually passed on something because they felt like they could pull some, the other character out better or something. So I was just curious, but pretty cool.
No, and the beauty of this too, with the exception of one person, we held on to this cast for over a year because we had our first table read. I believe it was in June of 2024, and then we are filming. Well, phase 1 we filmed in March of 25, and then phase 2 we did in July of 25. So that's a long period to hold a lot of actors and then to get to that point and just to see it all come together.
And of course, I got to ask, because I've been in films myself where they got to go back and it's like, okay, you know what, you got to shave, you got to do this, you got to cut your hair. Did anybody have to do any changes, like, to get back into film?
Yes, Roland had a ginormous beard, and we made him shave it, and he went down to a stubble. And Paul got to keep his beard. I just didn't want two guys that looked too similar, so I had to give them some kind of variation in their looks.
I have to keep
even too, because Josie Ann's like super tiny in comparison to everybody else too.
Oh yeah, dude, Peter just so tall, so tall. I am very short.
It's always funny when I see the group shots of you all.
Yeah. I like this big.
Like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. And of course, we talked about this heat earlier. I mean, it's been getting hot. I mean, of course, here in Texas in general, man, I always tell people we're right next to the sun. Feels like it at most, But I mean, is this the first time? I mean, anybody had to work under this environment when it comes to filming?
Not my first rodeo.
Not mine.
Well, definitely worked in this heat.
Sweet, man.
Yeah, I remember one time we were filming a short many years ago. I think it was like a 48-hour contest, and one of our actors refused to drink water and just kept drinking Red Bull and slightly went delirious and went out into a field and disappeared for a little while. So
yeah,
you
don't want that.
I mean, a little delirious on us. I think Mario knows who we're talking about.
Was it Mario?
It wasn't Mario.
I also shot like a CC 7-day film, but in an abandoned house. So like the only electricity was an extension cord all the way ran from my house. It was crazy and very hot and lots of mosquitoes. A mosquito flew into my eyeball at one point. It was gross.
Wow.
It was terrible. But we did it.
No. And of course, I mean, like we mentioned earlier, I mean, when it comes to being an actor, being an actress, Mario had talked about directing, possibly next year. I mean, does anybody else write? Anybody else been like a producer or looking towards that?
Yeah, I've been writing and producing and creating films for a while now. Since like, I don't even know. Since I was a little child with a camera and stuff, but for like more into the local stuff, probably like since 2018, 19 or so. But but I do write my own stuff and produce it and do like DP also on the side. So I make like content for small businesses and stuff.
Oh, sweet, man. You see, and you said when you were a child, and for some reason I was thinking the 1980s or 1990s. I forgot everything.
No,
Right? So,
97, baby.
there you go. No, and you see, and that's one of the things. Earlier I think it was Oscar. He was talking about 1990s. I mean, when it comes to when you met up with Chris.
Mhm.
I mean, high school. I think graduated in '92, and before that, I mean, I was doing photography, and it was like we were developing our own film. Right? This was like back in the caveman days, right?
Mhm.
But when it comes to everything went digital, of course, I think Chris, I think I had asked you about this before. You had actually evolved. I mean, you actually, when it came to video, making movies, I mean, there was things that changed. Even now, I mean, there's new programs, new cameras. So of course, I mean, that's the name of the game. I mean, you got to evolve. The same thing as in acting and being an actor, writer. We have this enemy called AI that's out there, and of course, doing things a lot cheaper. I don't want to say better because some of the stuff's pretty crazy, but what are your thoughts on AI? Let me ask you that, and I'll start with Chris. I mean, when it comes to AI, I mean, I know I've seen people use them for music, for posters. I mean,
Right.
and your thoughts on it, man.
I've said this before. It was like CGI about so many years ago. It's another tool in the arsenal of weapons that people can use to tell a story. It still comes down to the story. It still comes down to the characters. I mean, AI still hasn't quite cracked that. I was working with it the other day, and it's still very dependent on what's fed to it and designed into it. So, I mean, am I going to jump on the bandwagon? No, because I don't think there's still an uncanny valley to that where, you still need people and you still need to relate to faces and eyeballs and everything else that tells the story, that draws you into the story. I don't see that coming into play anytime soon. It's still very, very much in its infancy.
No, for sure. And of course, and I'm going to skip over guys, but Josiane, I mean, when it comes to, you talked about filming, what are your thoughts on AI? I mean, have you ever used it?
I actually work for a company that trains AI. Like that's my day job.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, so like the way I feel about it though is like, because I consider like kind of the craft of acting safe. I don't think it's going to be much of a like. I think it's going to be a change is like the way they do things in movies a lot of the time. Like I hate how they bring back dead celebrities and bring in movies. Like what was the new Alien movie, Chris? Was it how they brought back what's his name?
Which one?
That.
Oh, Ian Holm and Romulus. Yes, yeah. He's been on for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna do things like that, and I think it'll be just as annoying as it would have been before. But I think right now, anyway, you have a lot of the movie industry that just does things for money, and to me, that's like always been kind of annoying. And they like they build these projects up and like, oh, this will sell, this will sell, this will sell, and I think they'll still do that with AI. Like we can save money here and we can do this, but I think like the craft of acting and the films that like. Chris likes to make, and then we like to perform in, will still be okay because that's the craft of acting. That's the coming together and actually doing it, not just doing something that'll sell or that's cheap.
Right. No, for sure, man. I mean, I agree. I think somebody earlier told me they were going to redo they're doing like a Titanic 2 or something like that. And the first thing that popped in my head was like, man, I wonder if it's going to be like 90% AI. Like I don't see them. I think it was CGI the first time they made it. But it's just.
It's just gonna be underwater the whole time.
I'm not holding my breath on it, man. But yeah, I mean, it was just a question. I mean, of course, I see it out there. Of course, there's a lot of fake posters, movie posters popping up with.
Oh yeah.
One of the things
I do think that if you use it as a tool and not as the main thing, like here's the idea, make me a story and write me do everything for me. That's not what I think it should be. Now, if it helped you with an idea. Or give you something like a storyboard, or it did stuff like filter out all your editing. Like say you throw in all the editing and it puts everything in order. That might save you time. It might be more productive to do it that way, especially if you're not a big team that has 4 or 5 people editing stuff and you're a man show and you got to do it and get all these things. And that will save hours of time. That's where I think it would probably be beneficial. But to replace actors, I mean, I'm hearing that they scan Willis's face and his likeness, and he sold it to some company that they're after he passes away, they're going to be making movies with Bruce Willis' face on it. So we were for that. That I don't think is where you want to go.
Right.
I think it kind of takes away from the acting, especially being an actor. I don't know what the rest of you guys think about that part, but I feel that you take the acting, there's no way you can make that so perfect that you get the close up to somebody's face. You see the sadness, the happiness in their eyes. That's hard to replicate in AI. I don't know what Lauren or Josiane or Luna thinks, or Paul for that matter, but that's what I feel. It's a tool to help, but it's not to replace.
Mm-hmm.
I think also too on my end for it, much to, and Oscar can attest to this. Maybe a few of y'all can attest to this as well. I like to do things practically as possible, maybe even to as much as I can, and then wherever the holes are, whatever doesn't fit in, that's where your VFX comes in, or wherever it needs to kind of go. But I need as much of them in the frame, in the picture as I can. Otherwise, I just make a cartoon.
No, exactly. And I was gonna say, I mean, when it comes to, and you see them out there. I mean, for those that are doing it, I mean, more power to them. But yeah, if it's not, if they're not, if AI is doing 90% of the work or even more, like it's just not. Why even do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no problem, guys. And of course, Chris. I mean, jumping back, man. I mean, when it comes to the film, I know the Indiegogo campaign is still going.
Actually, it ended. We're probably going to start another one. All these phases, they all have their very distinct demands on the production end, and Oscar can speak a bit about that too. But each one of these things needs like so many things, and everything that we anticipated, I think, in 2023, kind of went out the window in 2025, like budget wise, and all the other kind of planning stuff like that. So it's ever pivoting, ever fluid, I guess is the word.
No, for sure. And of course, I mean, when can we expect that? I mean, are you looking after everything is said and done with this?
Yeah, Oscar, did you want to speak on that, or
for the Indiegogo campaign, the new one?
Yes.
I'll have it out in like a day, so it'll be out by tomorrow probably.
You're not using AI, are you? No, I'm joking.
No. I don't think you can.
No, but let me ask you this. When it comes to the what can people expect? I mean, what are you guys looking to put in there
on the Indiegogo campaign? So currently, what we had in the last campaign, we had a lot of things where if you donate so much, you could get a prop, a DVD set, things like that. They were offered T-shirts, caps. There was a lot of I guess I call it swag that we're giving out. Yeah. Some of it was really, really cool. We have a Muerte copy that was signed by every actor that actually participated in that movie, and that was in there. And the cool thing about that one is that we have quite a few actors that were in that film that are no longer with us. So it's very limited. We only have a few copies of it. And so things like that were in there. We had a lot of the videos for the trailers. We had some still shots in there. A lot of great bonus stuff that we put out there.
Oh, cool, man. And of course, I mean, for those that are watching, I mean, they can always go to the website. I mean, when it comes to the social media outlets, where can everybody follow you guys at?
nightcreatureproductions.com.
And that's going to be for Instagram, Facebook. Are you guys on TikTok?
Yes, we are.
Are you really?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to look that up. Man. I was joking because I was going to say, is everybody in there dancing, singing, or it's just...
Not yet, but there's still time. We can definitely make that happen.
Nice, man. I say you guys do it, man. That way people can go out there and support, But of course, Chris, when it comes to this film, like you said, it's been since 2023. I mean, of course, 2025, man. I mean, I gotta ask, what's been what have you been waiting on? I mean, of course, when it comes to the cast scheduling, what's been the biggest setback, I would say?
The biggest setback probably is just acquiring the budget, also getting everybody's schedules to line up and to make that happen, and any kind of production just being so flexible with everything. That was probably the biggest thing for us. Two is like each one, like I said before, each one of these phases had very specific demands in the production. whether it was the costumes, the sets, the props, the special effects, makeup. They all require different aspects of production and a lot of detail to that.
No, for sure, man. And of course, I know you had some notes as far as what you guys had planned. Can you tell us a little bit about what's coming up?
Well, yes. So in a much cooler time of the year, hopefully, they will be coming back to film Phase 3. And in itself is, I feel a lot of pressure on this for myself to make this part specifically done well, because it's just, I feel like if this doesn't work, the rest of the movie doesn't work. So I'm calling upon Mario and Peter and Josie to really bring it up. Our production design, the makeup, the photography, everything needs to hit a standard, and I'm going to really push for that. I really want it to be such a throwback to the great horror films of the 80s and 90s, but with modern twists. And funny story about reveals and stuff like that when we were filming. But anyways, I hope everybody gets as much out of this movie as Blake did at the very end. If Josie Ann can kind of follow me on that for a second.
Yes. I was like, what are you talking about? I completely, yes. And that was the top memory. Oh my God.
We don't want to give anything away, but it was hilarious when one of our crew members was all, man, that's for real.
I'm like, after we finish wrapping and the film is out, I want to tell that story so bad. It was phenomenal. It was great.
Nice.
I really wish Luna could have seen the differences also too, because we had every we had the weather messing with us, the heat, the schedule, the makeup effects, everything, every production problem you can think of, and having to prevail. Oscar and Louis got sick. Everybody was, it was the contacts, everything was just.
I lost my at one point. Oh gosh.
Yeah. There were just so many elements to making this film, and making a horror movie too. Just blood. Luna can attest to that. The amount of blood that was shed in this film.
Threw up the first time I saw it. That was insane. There's a scene, and I know y'all know which one I'm talking about. There is so much blood. Literally, I was holding on to Vivian for dear life. I was like, Vivian, I was about to faint. This little poor girl is like, it's okay. That was
wow. No. Man, you see that now people out there definitely got to keep an eye out for this, man.
Yeah, we just want to make it for the fans. People that dig this type of horror film or this type of genre film, I hope they get something out of it. I hope they want to follow these characters and see the whole story unfold. And it's such an interesting way that even the way we're filming is kind of the way the movie's set up into parts, because it's set 20 years ago to now and into a different dimensions, I would say. But anyways, yeah.
No, and let me ask you on this. I mean, I posted, South Texas, but I think Paul was saying he was from Austin. Is there everybody else from South Texas, or where's everybody from?
I'm from South Texas. Yes.
I currently live in South Texas, but I grew up in West Texas.
Okay.
Lived here all my life.
Technically, Paul is South Texas.
Yeah, I live here now.
No, and I was just curious. I mean, when it comes to friends and family, I mean, does everybody know? I mean, obviously they follow you on social media. I'm sure they do. But is anybody else that have family that's involved in film?
I wish.
Remembering.
To be honest, I think I'm just the star of my family. I am the child and person growing up just being like, let's put on a talent show. Watch me do this dance. Hey, smile for the camera. Do you want to do an interview for a film? That's me. I am the person. I am the filmmaker.
No, and I mean, of course, and the reason I'm asking is because I mean, when it comes to support, I mean, obviously, you have to have people next to you guys, or friends, family that supported you through the years of doing this, because it's one of those things where you kind of have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then people are thinking money and thinking fame and thinking, and of course, be nice, but I mean, being out there and actually making these films, these stories happen. For me personally, I mean, I love it because it's like somebody puts that on me and then trust me that much that they expect me to deliver, and I'm like, all right, cool, man. It's just pressure, but it's I enjoy it, So I mean, does everybody feel the same way when it comes to jumping on films?
Yeah, I felt extreme pressure when it was like the day before, and I was like freaking out for no reason at all. My brain was just like, oh, and just going crazy. But then literally first day, and then I was like, I was scared for absolutely no reason. And then like got through it the whole entire time. But it's always like the lead up. It's always that like anxiety of getting there. It's just the getting there is the hardest part. And then you're there, and then it's like you do it, and you're just like, oh yeah, I do love this. This is great.
If you're doing it for the money and for the fame, I am so sorry, but it's gonna be very unfulfilling for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I've been doing acting for like 10 years already, and thankfully my family is so supportive. They don't get it a lot of the time because I am a broke and aspiring, well, not aspiring, they told me not to say aspiring anymore, but a broke,
yes, queen,
but very broke. But oh yeah, it's you have to do it and not regret it because you do it for the love of it, not for anything else.
Nice.
For the storytelling,
No, for sure, man.
This was a fun set. I feel like too, because I've been on other sets where it's just like you don't always know how everybody's going to react to each other, and then it only takes sometimes one kind of diva kind of personality to just throw everything out of whack. But this time, just everybody was funny. Like I don't think I've ever laughed so much on a set. Like I had so much fun.
Maybe a little bit too funny on parts that I need to be funny. I was like, everybody stop making it a good time. I need to focus.
Yeah, especially with your process of getting worked up in scenes too. I was like, everybody's kind of like calming down a little bit, let her do her thing.
Yeah, like I need a moment. Give me a moment.
Yeah, you and Luna had a lot of parallels. That's what I hope really translates. Your performances are very similar, and there's a lot of through lines. In other words,
well, I'm excited. No, I'm really excited. There were some scenes that they were also making me laugh, and I'm like, over here, literally trying to be in tears.
Yeah.
Nobody looking at me. And there was one time that everybody, they were like looking at us, and they're like, "Are you okay?" Like, don't talk to me. I'm like, give me a second. No, but everybody's
true. I saw it.
Yeah.
It's hard to hate people and be scared of people.
Yeah.
I just feel too that I put a lot of pressure on myself. Put a lot of pressure on Oscar and Lewis and stuff like that, just to keep the production as tight and as friendly as we can keep it, and that's the best that we can do for you guys, and to give you the resources to do the performances that you want to do, that we don't shortchange.
No, y'all
no, for sure. And I was gonna say too, I mean, a lot of the projects that I've jumped on, like, I mean, I get nervous, and I'm thinking like, man, I don't know how things are gonna go, but I get there, and there's people that I've worked with before, and I start relaxing, and I'm like, dude, like, it makes you feel a little bit better. But the fact that everybody goes in there with a great sense of humor, of course, it's always great. It's I think in Indiana, like we were filming, and one of the guys there started pacing back and forth, and started kind of freaking out, and it got me nervous. And like when they were like, "Hey, you ready?" and I went, to that basement, right? We were filming, and I kept fumbling on my lines, and I was like, "Damn!" And I said, "You know what, man?" I said, "Give me a second." I said, "Let me." And I just walked around, and I came back, and I just nailed it, But it was one of those things where just seeing other people kind of, just got me unfocused. But I mean, the dialogue I knew by heart, I knew everything, and I just bit my tongue, and I was like, "Damn!" But I composed and I went back, But yeah, it's always good to make it fun. But when it comes to those things that you can't be fun, it's serious. It's a horror film, so of course, I'm sure there's going to be other stuff going around. But that's great, guys. I mean, the fact that you guys are able to actually, enjoy, have fun, make memories, and still, nail it, man. That's pretty cool. Great job.
Again, thanks to the cast and crew of both phases and the upcoming phase of this film. That, like I said, I know this is not easy. I know, there's a lot of moving parts that go into all this stuff and everything. But, as long as we can do everybody justice, that's my biggest thing. So when I push for things in phase 3 to get done, it's because I know I've been sitting there analyzing all y'all's performances, all the threads of the storyline, trying to get it together, trying to put it together in a cohesive fashion.
Man, and I gotta ask, when it comes to being on projects, being on films, and I'm gonna ask random questions, so it's gonna be different question for everybody. But for example, with Paul, when it comes to the day of, I mean, you're trying to get in the zone. I mean, what do you listen to? What kind of music do you listen to, bro?
Oh man, that's a good question. I like when they do two things to kind of get in. I don't really listen to music as much. If I do, it's just like something like super soft, like binaural beats or something like that. And I stretch out a little bit. Like I'll do like stretches, like when I'm in an audition or something like that, and everybody looks at me like a crazy person. And then in the actual filming, like I do this thing where I have to act out the scene before this scene I'm in right there.
I think we're losing you, buddy.
I think Paul got stuck.
Oh, is he acting?
That's a great memory.
No, yeah, we lost you for a second, buddy. But yeah, man. But I mean, that's the thing. Getting in the zone. I mean, some people just like quiet, so it varies.
Well, I was gonna say on the store one me and Mario just did. I was that did before this. I was a store manager, and I was supposed to be real mad. So I was doing the scene like by myself of the the past scene, like yelling at customers and stuff like that. And nobody knew my process or anything, so I'm just sitting there like no, Tina, don't do that. And everybody's just like, what's going on?
You probably look crazy.
Yeah.
We'll call it acting, but yeah, man.
We'll call it acting.
No. And next question, that's going to go to Luna. I mean, when it comes to film, I mean, obviously you are jumping in films. You see, you've been filming for 10 years. What was it that inspired you? I mean, was that a certain film, certain actor? What happened that you wanted to get in films yourself?
Okay, so I originally started with theater. When I first started, it was in high school. I actually saw Aladdin, the musical, in a high school production, and it completely changed my life. I was like, this is what I want to do. And I was the actor that promised that I would never do film. I was like, I'm a theater person. I would never touch film. Just the whole idea of the film process is so completely different than the theater process. And like in theater, you go through the arc of the character all in the 2-hour span, right? It's all in one night. And in film, it's like you start at the end, then you go to the beginning. Then it's like, I'm like, in my head, I couldn't fathom making those connections between a character while I'm like happy 1 second, and then I have to go into the scene of like somebody died. Like I was like, how do you do that? But actually, during COVID, I got invited to be in background in a movie, a Netflix film. It's called Look Both Ways with Lily Reinhardt. Amazing production. It was so incredibly good. I was bored. I had nothing else to do. It was COVID. I was like, get me out of my house, like please. So I said yes, and I just fell in love seeing Lily work in her level of professionalism was absolutely incredible. Like people were calling her really mean names online, and I'm like, she was just doing her job. Yeah. Literally, she was so sweet and but she was just in the zone, and I just fell in love watching also the crew, how like the movie magic of how they made everything. I was like, I still get chills just thinking about it, and I was like, okay. I called my mom when I left the first night. I'm like, this is it. Forget theater. I'm done with that. So yeah, that changed my brain chemistry for sure.
Yeah, sweet, man. Well, glad you're here. You're still at it now. You're doing film. That's even better. And we're gonna go up to Lauren. Lauren, when it comes to getting a character, I mean, what do you yourself do to get in character?
For me, it just honestly depends on the character. So like my character went through this big arc, this big change during the movie, and who I was at the end was not the same as who I was at the beginning. And so beginning, I play Rachel, and she's this free-spirited kind of goofy girl, and she was just having the time of her life. And so it was very similar to like my own personality. I didn't have to draw a lot from it. But whenever I got towards the end, it was a little bit more intense. And so like right beforehand, I just remember like jumping around. I was like, okay, I can do this. It's going to be fine. And like poor Josiane was standing like right in front of me. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't mean like apologizing all the time. But as soon as like I heard action, it was like, all right, like Lauren's gone. So sorry. You get this, yeah.
Just both of us being like, I'm sorry. After like every I'm like, no, Lauren, it's great.
You had so much fun.
It was great. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And awesome. I mean, of course, we're gonna go down, and when it comes to Mario, my man. I mean, I know you say you want to actually work in as a, be directing next year. With Is this something? Is it an evolution? I mean, is this something that you yourself had seen? Saw yourself doing like years back, or is this something that kind of somebody pitched at you?
I guess every actor wants to direct. I mean, that's kind of the thing. I just wanted to, and this is not directing a movies and be directing a play, but I wanted to learn all I could about everything around being a director. That's being an actor, and then I'll also be behind the stage and being a stage manager, know what it takes to get it done through those 2 hours that you're on stage and set changes, that kind of thing. The one I'm currently doing right now is called Shakespeare in Hollywood, and it's a lot of set changes and a lot of moving around. And if you think I was sweating on film, you should see me when I'm moving the stuff around. I'm sweating like a pig. But it's one of those things that is rewarding because you learn everybody's job and you understand when you become a director and you're in charge of something, you're going to understand what that person has to go through, who has to change the sets and who has to do all those things. And so I wanted to do all those things before I directed. I do write. I have a script that I've written. Me and Chris had talked about doing a standalone Kukui movie eventually. Somewhere we can do that. And then I have a couple of shorts that I have in my head and on a little bit on my computer that I want to get out to as well. But right now I'm trying to focus on the acting, and I still want to do more acting. I still want to do more stage performances because it's something that I've grown to really love. Lauren and I were in Rocky Horror a few years back, and she's done so much stuff on stage. She's great, sings awesome, by the way. And so I was like something to look. These younger people, they're younger than me, doing this stuff. It's like it's amazing to see the talent that we have in the coastal bend. I'm in South Texas, but the coastal bend, so much talent that it's a pleasure to be up on stage with them. And so something I really want to do. So I want to direct something eventually next year, hopefully, God willing, and I'll be able to do that if I have time to do it. I'm going to shoot and try to do it, and then get into acting again. Try to do some more acting on film as well. I don't know what Chris got in the pipe, but Chris always, if he wants to put some makeup on me and make me sweat all day long, I'm up for it.
Will.
I'm up for it. So this time around, I actually got a chance to put behind it. I was the casting director for this movie, so I got involved with casting all the people that you're seeing on the screen here, and so it was that was kind of a challenge as well, having to go through a lot of people and understanding what it takes to look for the right person and getting people to show up to audition, that kind of thing. So that was a whole feat in itself. So I'm blessed that Chris let me do that, and I helped with the poster creation. Steve, who's not here, helped with it as well, and Oscar. We all kind of got together and got this little fast poster we have online now. Is what I think we're probably going to shoot for using for the film, and we might go one more kind of a poster, but we've been working on throughout the time we've been filming. And so that's something I love to do. I do. I'm a graphic artist. I did that for a living with my dad, making signs and stuff. And so that's something I get to do. So they humor me and let me do it. So I'm about, okay, I'll do it. Sure. So I'm all about that. So it allows me to be creative in a lot of different ways, coming around all the way back to what I was on about. Hopefully, like I said, this has allowed me to do that. And I'm in talks right now. I probably not shouldn't be saying it, but we're going to probably start a podcast for the theater here pretty soon. So
Sweet,
probably the next week or two. It's kind of we haven't really unveiled anything yet, but I'll let you guys know that's we're probably gonna be doing pretty soon. So it has to take some time as well. So I'll be busy, and I have 2 kids that are already grown up and 18. So we're kind of empty nesters here. So I'm looking for something to do.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that's the same with me. With both my kids moved out, I was like, all right, I got an extra room. Let me see what I can do with it, man. But they're doing great, so that's always fun. Oscar, go-to movie, man. I keep seeing C-3PO back there, man. I mean, what's your favorite Star Wars movie, bro?
The original. the very first one that was made in 1977.
Nice.
So you can't beat it. I mean, there's just nothing like it.
No, I agree. I mean, I've seen that. I've seen some of the newer ones, but I'm not a big fan, man. I got lost in the whole Mandalorian thing, and I won't even dare watch it because I won't understand it, But yeah, I mean, when it comes to the originals, I definitely, first three, man, obviously. But good job. And Miss Salcido, a question for yourself: if you were made into an action figure and you had to come with one prop, what would it be?
A prop?
You came with one accessory.
Two things popped into my brain. Honestly, if I was an action figure and my prop had to be something, just gonna name two that popped into my head. It would be a tiara, a crown. I love to wear tiaras and crowns. I wear them all the time. And then I'm like, I'm feeling sad. I'm gonna put a crown on. And I'm like, I'm not sad anymore.
There you go.
Or a camera, just like a little camera in my hand. So like tiara, camera. That's me. That's me. And like, in yeah.
Oh, man, well, good to know. I mean, definitely. Maybe in the next scene they'll allow you to wear a tiara.
Just randomly.
They'd be like, wait a minute.
I'm like, I'm sad. My dad's possessed.
Your action figure could also have Fry with you too.
Oh yeah, my puppy. I love him to death. He is a part of me as well. I'm like walking Fry. I have a tiara and I have a camera taking pictures of Fry and me.
That's it. That's what life is. Definitely. That's all I would need. I mean, I got my dog somewhere. He's back there in the room running around.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris, I mean, of course, this is the cast and crew, man. I mean, you guys have been doing a phenomenal job, bro. I got to ask you, when it comes to filmmaking, I mean, I don't want to say, are you ever going to stop? Because I know the answer is going to be no. But what else can we see you doing for 2026?
Getting this movie done, to be honest. I mean, just right now, my focus is on getting this film done and getting it out next year and getting the best possible audience for it as well. So, I mean, probably 2027, maybe start working on something else and seeing how all these things come together. The script that I was working on right now is not horror. And it's something completely different. I always seemingly do that. Like when we did Nosebleed and the complete 180 change, it's always something. I like to challenge myself in different ways that way too and stuff. But, and again too, I sometimes I'll sit and think, I was like, man, how many more do I have in me? And then maybe that thought process goes in there for a little while, and then this idea will pop up. And actually, this movie was kind of conceived during the pandemic too, when I had the time to write something. And that's the thing too. I think for any writer, any of y'all that have written, is finding the way to finish something without being distracted, and just to stay focused on the story. How does it start? How does it go? How does it end?
No, for sure, man. I mean, we look forward to it, man. I mean, of course, once this film is wrapped, it's a wrap. I mean, of course, you guys are still going to be doing the third phase. So wish you the best of luck, man. I appreciate everybody for jumping on here. I mean, it's been fun. I mean, I usually try to run this for an hour, but I would love to bring you guys back. I mean, after we'll talk more about this makeup Mario's going to be wearing, and of course, whatever else. Let me ask you this: for phase 3, who's going to be involved in that one?
We'll probably, there's 2 of them right now. 3, Peter Howard. Probably going to be calling back other people for pickup shots too. Once I get everything logged in, and I'll figure out what needs to be improved. And that's paramount for us too, is to make sure that we do give everything the best chance to succeed. So if it comes down to something, pickups here and there and stuff like that, that's standard with any project anyways. Pickups are a necessity. So that's always going to be one of the aspects of it. We hope to have another teaser trailer out very soon. That will also help us garner the attention that we're looking for in this film, and then hopefully a full trailer by the end of the year. And then once the film is done in post-production and stuff like that, then we'll start shopping around, talking to a few people, see who gives us the best deal on streaming, and then get it out there, get it out to the masses.
No, and let me ask you, Albert, real quick. When it comes to once the film is done, are you guys going to be taking it through the circuit, like film festivals, or are you just going straight to streaming?
I'm not ruling it out. I kind of want to feel the landscape of everything too. because everything we were talking about, me and Oscar, is like what worked for streaming in 2018 won't work in 2026. So we got to anticipate that. How film festivals are now, what the requirements are, do we fit the criteria, and is it worth their time? And I want to make sure that, yeah, we do have a premiere, that we do attempt to do some screenings and stuff like that, some film festivals, and we'll definitely bring all the gusto with it.
No, for sure, man. And we look forward to it, man. I mean, as always, I know I've had you guys on here before, and for those who jumped on today, I really, truly appreciate everybody jumping on. Best of luck, with this film, with this project. I mean, the funds, of course, we keep pushing them to come in, to make this film possible. But I want to thank everybody for jumping on here. Don't hang up yet, everybody out there, of course. Once again, this is Spider coming